Hi everybody and welcome to an Age of Fantasy Skirmish battle report. Dwarves versus Orcs. Most of Teniras is in chaos. The cold winter has arrived, especially in the northern areas. And not many know what is happening with the Necromancer, Faewynn and Gryselle's betrayal. Every little tribe or town fight to survive on their own. Once the center of a bigger battle between ogres and demons, the remains of a small village is now the refuge of a group of dwarves, few in numbers, but led by the legendary Dwarf Champion Thalgus Malbren. From the north comes a tribe of Black Orcs in search of supplies in a reckless attack on the village. The dwarves are warned by the sound of Wild Boars and Orc war cries, but they don't know where and when they will be attacked. The Orcs are led by a Black Orc boss armed with dual heavy hand weapon. He's furious, a head taker, has top 3 and war cry. With him he has 2 Black Orcs, one armed with dual hand weapon and one with great weapon. They are also furious and head takers. Then we have 2 Wild Boar riders armed with lances. They have Devour, Fast, Frenzy and Strider. Finally an Orc sniper armed with a bow and a hand weapon, and he is furious as well. Thalgus Malbren really is a force of nature. He is a dwarf champion armed with heavy hand weapon. He's fearless, he is slow, and he has tough 6. With him he has 1 hammer elite armed with great weapon. He has 2 iron marksmen, 1 armed with twin fire pistols and 1 with fire rifle. Both of them also have hand weapons. Finally, 2 iron warriors, both of them armed with rune weapons and shield wall, and all the dwarves are slow. The dwarves have deployed all around the village. They don't know exactly where to defend or what to expect, because there are 3 attack entrances into the village. 1 to the east, 1 to the west close to the village graveyard, and 1 to the north, and they will be marked 1, 2, and 3. There are 4 mission objectives in this battle. The first one is control, so there will be 1 victory point to whoever has units within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield. Then we have rush, eliminate the first enemy unit, erode, eliminate 50% of enemy units, and finally assassinate, which will be to eliminate Thalgus Malbren or the Black Orc boss. 4 objectives, 4 victory points, and 4 rounds. Let's go to round number 1. The Orcs will automatically activate first, and they have chosen a Wild Boar rider to enter the city, and he will enter at attack point number 3 to the north, and he will of course immediately activate. He is fast and can reach up to 16 inches, more than enough to attack the hammer elite. First he has Devour. If he rolls a 6, he will deal 1 wound. Next up he has his regular lance attack. He will hit on 5, but with a roll of 6 he is Frenzy. That will give him 1 more hit, and also plus AP2 more. The dwarf must roll 5s, and he rolls really low. He will take 2 wounds from the surprise Wild Boar attack, and the roll on the wound chart is really close to the first casualty, but he will be shaken, so he can fight back. He has 2 attacks with his great weapon, but of course he'll need 6s, and there are no hits. What a powerful surprise attack. A Wild Boar rider right in his face. Now Thalgus Malbren will activate. So far there is only 1 target, the Wild Boar rider. So the Dwarf Champion will attack him. He will hit on 3s. And 2 heavy hand weapon AP1 hits it is. The Wild Boar rider has a weak defense, and he will defend nothing. He will take 2 wounds. So now he will be forced to roll on the wound chart, and he will roll a 4. That will eliminate the first unit. Thalgus Malbren has scored 1 victory point for rush. The next orc, a black orc, will enter at the same attack point, number 3 to the north, and he will immediately charge Thalgus Malbren. He's armed with dual hand weapons. He has 2 attacks, and he will hit with both his attacks. One of them is a 6. He is furious. That will give him 3 hits, and since he's a head taker, he will add AP 2 when he fights units with tough 3 or more. And Malbren with tough 6 will definitely qualify for that. Malbren will defend one of the 3 attacks. He'll take 2 wounds. He will fight back. He has already fought, and he will not hit the black orc. The Iron Marksman with the twin pistols will activate next. He will move to the side and down the stairs in the building, and that will be his maximum rush distance of 8 inches. Next orc to enter the city is the Orc Sniper, and he also approaches from the same position as his 2 orc comrades. He'll jump over the fallen tree, advance 6 inches, and fire his bow at the already wounded Hammer Elite. The bow is reliable. He will only need a 2 to hit, and that's definitely good enough. The bow is AP nothing, so it's a defense roll of 4, and it is a failed defense roll. That's 1 more wound to the Hammer Elite. He is heavily wounded, and he's also shaken, so he faces a really tricky roll on the wound chart. And he rolls a 1. He will survive, at least for now. Immediately after, he will activate and remove his shaken. Then we have a new orc approaching, another Wild Boar rider. This time, he will enter the city at entrance number 2, right next to the graveyard. So he will force his Wild Boar rider through the gravestones into a charge of the Iron Warrior, and his Devour roll will fail. Then his regular lance attack, it's a 5, good enough to hit, but not furious. He is still frenzied though, so he will get AP 1 extra, but the Iron Warrior has Shield Wall. That will give +1 defense. So 3 it is, and he rolls a 2. He'll take 1 wound. And the roll on the wound chart is another roll of 1. They are tough, but he will still be shaken, and now he can fight back. 1 attack and another roll of 1, nowhere near enough to hit the orc. The marksman in the ruined watchtower will point his rifle at the orc. He has 2 shots, and he will hit with 1 of them. And with a weak defense of 6, the orc will fail defense roll. So that's 1 wound to the Wild Boar rider. Now he will roll on the wound chart. He rolls 3. He will also be shaken. The second black orc, the one with the great weapon, will now enter the village. And this time, entrance number 1. Really close to 2 of the dwarves here, and he will immediately charge the other Iron Warrior. He only has 1 attack with his great weapon, but he will hit, and with a 6, he's furious. He will land 2 powerful hits with his great weapon, and the great weapon is AP 2. With Shield Wall, he will have to roll 4s, and he will fail 1 of the defense rolls, not 2. He'll take 1 wound, and he will roll on the wound chart, and it's a 5. So with 1 wound, 5 is too much. The Iron Warrior is defeated. And the other Iron Warrior at the other end of the village will remove his shaken. So finally, the Black Orc boss himself will enter at entrance number 1. He can see and reach 1 target, the Iron Marksman with the twin pistols, so he will of course charge him. 4 dual heavy hand weapon attacks. He'll hit on 4s, and only 1 hit, but it is a roll of 6. That will give him another furious hit. And the Iron Marksman will fail 1 of the defense rolls. He'll take 1 wound. Is it enough to eliminate him? Ooh, he rolls a 4. That is not enough to eliminate him, but it's very close. He will be shaken. Now he can fight back. He will need a 6 and hit nothing. But the Black Orc boss was not able to eliminate him. That will conclude the first round. The Dwarves scored the rush victory point in the first round, and all the Orcs have now entered the village from different attack entrances. Several of the Dwarves were injured here in the first round, but they will activate first in round 2. The Dwarves have no time to waste. Thalgus Malbren will activate first. He will waste no time and charge the Black Orc. 3 attacks with his heavy hand weapon. But a bad attack, it is only 1 hit. It's AP 1 and the Black Orc will easily block that hit. Now he can fight back with his 2 attacks. He'll hit with 1 of them. And remember, he is a head taker. But Malgren shows what he is made of with a block as well, so no wounds at all in this fight. But it's far from over. The Black Orc boss will take the chance and he will charge Malgren as well. He hits on rolls of 3 and we'll reroll that one. That's 3 hits, but one of them is a 6. That will give an additional furious hit. 4 hits. AP1, but he's also a head taker, and that will force Malgren to really roll some good dice here. He will block 1 of the 4 hits, but that will result in 3 wounds. That will take him to 5. He is really, really tough, but now only 1 wound remaining. Of course, the Dwarf Champion can fight back, but he is fatigued. He'll need 6s and he will roll none. So this fight definitely goes to the Black Orc boss. Malgren is still standing, but how long? As a result of that, the Hammer Elite will charge the Orc Sniper. 2 attacks and there will be 2 hits. The Orc Sniper has a weak defense. He will need 6s and he will block none of the hits. So that's 2 wounds and a roll on the wound chart. And the roll is a 4 plus 2. That's 6. The Orc Sniper is taken out. At the southwest watchtower, the Wild Boar Rider rides in for another charge against the Iron Warrior. First a Devour attempt, no. And then a regular lance hit, and again he rolls a 6. So that gives him another hit, 2 hits against the Iron Warrior. But with Shield Wall, he will have an increased chance to defend this, but he rolls poorly. He'll take 2 wounds from this Wild Boar charge. And with 3 wounds total and a roll of 3 on the wound chart, he is pierced on the lance, never to be seen again. This Iron Marksman will remove his Shaken, and that will be his activation this round. And then the Black Orc close to him will charge him immediately after. He only has 1 attack with his great weapon, and his swing will not hit the dwarf. The dwarf can fight back, but also hit nothing. Final activation will be the Iron Marksman with the rifle. He will advance, climb down the watchtower, and then he will aim his rifle at the Wild Boar Rider. It's time for revenge. 2 hits and 2 failed defense rolls. The Wild Boar Rider will be hit twice by the rifle, and he will roll on the wound chart. A low roll will still keep him in the battle, but in a shaken condition. That leaves only 1 orc to activate. The Black Orc here, he is fatigued, but he will still charge the Hammer Elite Dwarf. 2 attacks with dual hand weapons, but hits on 6s of course, and he fails. So the dwarf has also fought before. He will also have a couple of attempts, and he will roll 1 6. So he will hit in his fight back attempt. The Black Orc will not defend this charge, really doesn't go as expected, I guess. He'll take another wound, and the roll on the wound chart is a 2. He will survive, but he will be shaken. Now 2 orcs are shaken here in this round and will not be able to activate or at least attack or do any damage in the next round. The Wild Boar Rider here and 1 Black Orc. But there is still 1 Black Orc and the terrifying Black Orc boss able to activate. Once again, the Dwarves will activate first in the 3rd round. The Hammer Elite will activate first. He will throw himself in front of his champion and attack the Black Orc boss. 2 great weapon attacks, only 1 hit. The Black Orc boss is not wounded yet, but he is now. He will take 1 wound. And he will of course fight back, and that could be the end of the Hammer Elite. He faces 4 attacks and 3 of them will hit. He will defend with force. It's not impossible. He will defend 2 of them, but he will still take 1 wound, and that is his wound number 4. He is heavily wounded. He will roll on the wound chart. Anything else but a roll of 1 will kill him. And a 6. Without any doubt, this brave Hammer Elite is slain by the Black Orc boss. But he is fatigued now, and that could be Thalgus Malbren's chance this round. The first orc to activate is this Black Orc. He will charge again. The Iron Marksman, he will roll a 6, so that's 2 hits with his heavy great weapon, and 2 failed defense rolls. 2 more wounds to the dwarf here, already wounded. And he also rolls way too high on the wound chart. 1 more dwarf eliminated. So the orcs have definitely scored a victory point for Erode. They have eliminated more than 50% of the dwarves. But Malgren will now take his chance and charge the Black Orc boss. 3 attacks. He will need to hit him at least twice. And he hits him with 2 of his attacks. If he fails to block them, he will go down. But he will block them both. He will deflect the attacks, no wounds at all. He can fight back with 4 attacks. He has already fought. He needs 6s, and there is 1 roll of 6. And that will force Malgren to roll a 6 in defense. Otherwise, he will take his final wound, and he fails. The Black Orc boss will lift his heavy club and smash the legendary Dwarf Champion out of this battle, and he will also score 1 victory point for Assassinate. Only 1 dwarf left in the village now. The Iron Marksman here will advance and aim his rifle at the Wild Boar Rider once again. He'll hit once, and the Boar Rider will not defend. He will take yet another wound, and he is not able to survive that. He will be eliminated along with his Wild Boar. The Black Orc will activate and remove his Shaken, and that leaves only the Black Orc boss to activate, and he will of course move, rush, but still stay in cover, because the Marksman with the rifle has proven to be quite effective. But there is an objective. The center of the battlefield will be controlled by the orcs. The dwarf is not able to reach that point, so they will score 1 victory point for control. But they also have to pass morale tests, and the Black Orc boss will pass. But his fellow Black Orc here will fail, and he is now shaken before the final round. And the 3rd Black Orc will pass as well. And the Iron Marksman with a quality of 3 will also pass the morale test. That will conclude the 3rd round. The orcs lead 3-2 on victory points, and it looks very difficult for the dwarf. Round 4. The dwarves have scored victory points for Rush and Erode, and the only chance is to eliminate the Black Orc boss and score Assassinate as well. 2 shots, 2 hits, it's possible, but it's AP nothing, and the Black Orc boss will only need 3s. And he will save 1 of the hits. He'll take 1 wound though, but that is not enough to take him down. And that was the only thing the dwarves could do this round. This Black Orc will activate and remove his Shaken, and the other Black Orc will move to the center of the battlefield just to be sure he's in control. And that leaves the Black Orc boss with a choice, as tempting as it is, to go in and smash the Iron Marksman. He could theoretically lose the battle and be killed, and that would score 1 victory point to the dwarves, and that would tie this battle. So the safest and most tactical thing this Black Orc boss can do is to withdraw. That will consolidate the victory of 3-2 on victory points and leave the dwarf no chance. But he will survive, and the Black Orc boss can live with that, I guess. Because now he controls the village, a small safe house where the orcs can catch their breath while the necromancer's battle rages all around them. Thanks a lot for watching this battle report. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll join me for future bad reps.